This is a light adapter depending on the truck, what truck and what year. The shorter harness, these plugs are installed to the headlight on the driver's side. The longer harness is installed to the headlight on the passenger side. This plug goes to the front of the truck. And make sure you install the ground wire to the battery and the power wire to the battery. Very important to go to the battery. If you have these open relays like this, make sure you apply a lot of grease around to keep it clean and dry. On the driver's side you will have two wires. One is your park, which is this gray one. You'll want to hook it to the park wire on the truck harness. The turn is this purple one. You'll want to hook it to the turn signal wire on the truck harness. On the passenger side you'll only have one wire, and it'll be this pink wire, and you'll want to hook it to the turn wire on your truck harness. On each wire there is a marking on it, what function they are, so you can know which one to hook up. On some harnesses you don't have to worry about attaching these wires because they're already attached to the plugs onto the truck. Now we have installed the light harness. You'll want to make sure the power wire is hooked to the battery and the ground wire is hooked to the negative on the battery. Very important to hook to the battery. Now we have ran the light harness. We put the short end of the harness to the driver's side here. Then we took the long end of the harness all the way across to the front of the truck to the passenger's headlight. And then we also ran the light harness, the plug, to the front of the truck. Now I have zip tied the excess wires and the relays up and behind so they stay out of the debris from the tires. And I coat the open relays full of grease. Now I have on the driver's side, I hooked up the turn signal to the truck harness, and I made sure I filled the Scotch lock through with dielectrical grease. And the same thing for the park wire. I filled the Scotch lock up with dielectrical grease and hooked it up to the truck harness. On the curb side here I got the pink wire, that's my turn signal. I have put dielectrical grease in the Scotch lock, and then I crimped it to the truck harness to hook it up. Attach your adapters, you'll want to apply grease onto the plugs. And then the truck harnesses you want to plug into our harness, following instructions where to go. Now we put the light back in, and now we'll do the exact same thing on the driver's side. When you're all done the install, you'll want to make sure everything is zip tied nice and neat, away from any moving objects, anything hot. And make sure you grease all the connections, make sure everything's greased so nothing will corrode. The light harness, make sure the plug comes out in front of the grill. When the plow is not installed, you take the plugs, put a little bit of grease, plug them in, and plug them together so it'll keep from corroding.